Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to use the widgets library that's built into Muse to create some slideshows. We're going to have a look at a variety of slideshows that are available in this widgets library. So the widgets library is found over here on the right hand side. Again, if you can't find that, you need to go to the window menu up here in Adobe Muse. So I'm just going to go to the widgets library, open it up, and then you'll see you've got these different folders, and the one that we're looking for here is slideshows. So I'm just going to stick with this one for the moment. Now there's a few different kinds of slideshows that are available to us. Basic and blank are very similar. It's just that the basic one is pre-populated with images already, whereas the blank one is empty and you need to add your own images. We'll have a quick look at the full screen one, and we'll have a look at the Lightbox one as well. So first of all, let's start with a blank one. So I'm just going to drag that out onto my page. And when you drag it out onto your page, you can move it and position it wherever you want. Just close down the widgets library. You always get this like little blue play arrow, and that allows you to go and see the slideshow options for this particular gallery. So here I've got a folder where I can add images, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to select all of my images that I've got here on the import menu and click OK. It's going to take a little while to add those in. I've got different fill options that are available, but I want to fill the frame proportionally, so that's going to work out for me. I've got a transition which is fade, but you could have horizontal, you could have vertical, so you could have the images drop in or slide in, or you can just have them fade through. So I'm just going to stick with fade. You've got a transition speed, so how fast it goes from one image to the next. Autoplay, so it will automatically start working after 3 seconds, and you can have it resume if it gets paused or anything like that. Enable swipe for people with touch screen so they can flick through, okay, but it won't work on a desktop machine unless it's got a touch screen. I'm not worried about these layouts because I just want to keep a nice simple looking slideshow, a very simple one. So I'm going to take off all of these effects here, like these different captions that you can have. If you did want to edit the captions, it's just a matter of double clicking on it and then writing in your text, and you'll be able to move through the different kinds of images in order to add different captions onto it. But for the moment, what I want to do is, if I just come back up here and select this top bit, is I just want to go and take off the previous, the next, I want to take off the counter, and I want to take off the captions, and I've just got myself a very simple slideshow. Now I can jazz this up a little bit by selecting it, and then I can add some nice effects. So I can go for my border again. I'm going to add the stroke, I'm going to add a nice orange border, and I'm going to round off some corners. So there we go, so we have that kind of effect. Now if we preview in a browser, which is Control or Command Shift and E, it will open up our browser. In this case it's going to open up Safari, and you'll see there's our slideshow. It will automatically transition for us, and you have a very simple basic slideshow. So if that's what you want, nice and quick and easy to do, I'm just going to quit that. I'm just going to delete that slideshow, go back to the widgets library and show you another one. So now let's have a look at a full screen slideshow. So when I drag this on to the page, it will automatically fulfill the whole of the screen. Okay, that's why it's called a full screen slideshow. You can't see the blue arrow that allows you to change the options for it. So you need to do a bit of zooming out. So to zoom out is Command or Control minus. So I'm going to do that a few times so that I can zoom out so I can see the blue play button to set the options. I'm now going to change that to select my images, again on my import box here, and click open. And it's going to fill obviously the whole of the page. You've got these sort of play buttons and a counter again. Well, we don't really want those, so let's take those off because it's supposed to be a full screen slideshow. So if we preview this in a browser, so Command or Control Shift and E again, it's going to load up Safari, and what you'll see is that you have your slideshow, but it now fits across the entire screen of the browser, and those images will automatically resize to whatever the browser window is. So that's a real full screen working slideshow that fits across the whole of the browser window. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get rid of that one, do a Command 0 fit back to screen, and then go back to my widgets library and show you another slideshow, which is the Lightbox one. So I'm just going to drag out the Lightbox, and on this one I'm going to add my images again. So here we go, import, let's select all of my images again, click open, and it's going to replace the pre-populated images with my ones, and what it does is it creates thumbnail versions of them. So I'm just going to grab the whole thing, move it and place it onto the page where I want it to be. And in this case, what you do here is you select a thumbnail. So if I go and select a thumbnail, I can then go to each thumbnail and change the caption. So by selecting a thumbnail, I come to each one and change the caption just using the text tool up here. Now at the moment you'll see that my thumbnails sort of overlap and come onto the actual main screen here, and they're not all in one big line. So you can select subsections. So here I've selected one of the thumbnails. I can come in here and select the box that the thumbnails are sitting in. So I'm just going to widen that box to the point that it's wide enough that it allows all the thumbnails to sit in one line. I'm just going to shrink that up and then place it down onto my page where I want it to be. So if we have a quick look at this one, Command Shift and E to preview in a browser. It's going to launch Safari, and then you just see the thumbnails. That's the whole point of a Lightbox. And then when you click on one of the thumbnails, it darkens out the rest of the screen, and then you get the full view of your images. You can then click to scroll through those images, click off anywhere, and it takes you back onto your web page. And again, you can click a thumbnail and come in and see the full thumbnail view. So that's 3 different kinds of slideshows that you may wish to create. They're very easy to manipulate and play around with, and you can come in and change colours. At the moment this is a black sort of background, but up here you can see the fill is set to black, so you can alter and manipulate all of these different kinds of settings. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove that slideshow, and I'm just going to show you how you could create a slideshow which is like a banner across your page. So to do that, I'm going to go back to my widgets library, and I'm going to go back to slideshows, and I'm just going to go and create a blank one, and I'm just going to drag that out to the page. Now what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to switch off the next, the previous, and the counter and the captions. I'm going to place it up here in the corner, and then I'm just going to select it. There we go, and I'm just going to drag it so it comes across to the other side of my page. So if I just do a Command 0, you'll see it fits across. It's like a banner kind of slideshow. So what I need to do now is I just need to zoom out, so Command minus to get to the play button, and then add my images. So I'm going to select all of my images from my import menu, click OK. It will go and load those images up, and they're now displayed here on my page. And what I might do is I might just go in and add some text. So I'm just going to add a text frame here, and I'm just going to type in Universal Studios Florida. Okay, so with that text, I'm just going to highlight it all. I'm going to choose a nice kind of font, so I'm going to add in a web font here. I saw this on a previous video. Oh, I can't do that at the moment because there's no internet. So I'm just going to stick with the default fonts that we've got. Just going to increase the size of that text. I'm going to make it white so that it can be easily seen. And then I'll just select the box, just make it a little bit bigger so it's all in one line. There we go, and just place that towards the bottom, or I might even place it up here in the top corner. It will vary depending on the images that are going to be displayed, but if I now do a Command Shift and E to preview this in Safari, you'll see that you have this kind of banner gallery going on. So that could be your banner, you could have your navigation menu below it here, or you could have your navigation menu inside the banner, but that makes a really nice kind of effect, and you see that very commonly on a lot of websites. So those are some gallery ideas that you could use in Adobe Muse using the widgets library.